Hello, dear learners. Welcome to Team 4 of Part 1. Our topic for today is our twofold purpose. So let me tell you a story. This story relates to how do we develop all those capabilities that we discussed before. One day, two woodcutters argued which one of them would cut more wood during the day. In the morning, two men took their positions. First, they worked at one speed, but in an hour, one of them heard that the other one stopped cutting trees. Realizing that this was his chance, the first woodcutter started to cut trees with double effort. 10 minutes passed, and he heard that the second woodcutter started to work again. So they were working almost synchronously. When the first woodcutter heard that his opponent again stopped, so the first woodcutter again continued working, feeling the smell of victory. Yes, I'll be defeating the other guy. This lasted all day long. Each hour, the second woodcutter stopped for 10 minutes and the other one continued to work. When time expired, the first woodcutter, who worked without any stopping, was absolutely sure that he was the winner. However, he was very surprised to know that he did not win. How did that happen? He asked the second carpenter. Each hour I heard you had stopped the work for 10 minutes. How could you cut more trees than I? It is impossible. The winning woodcutter replied, well, it's very simple. In fact, each hour I stopped the work for 10 minutes, and when you were cutting the trees, I sharpened the axe. Sharpening the saw is about self-renewal in the 4 areas of life. So to be successful, we have to not only work, but also we have to take time for self-renewal. Our physical aspect, our social and emotional aspect, our mental aspect, and our spiritual aspect. We need to renew ourselves continuously. That is what this course is about, friends. We are here for this self-renewal in all these aspects. That's about building your skills and abilities for appreciation, association, and active collaboration in welcoming diversity and building society. So it's a process that we are going through together. Our personal development begins with making our thoughts pure. So that is the first step. Our words should become kind and our actions should become noble. Pure thoughts, kind words, noble actions. The trick is little by little, day by day, through forming healthy habits for moving forward our glory on the one hand, and turning away from what causes our humiliation on the other. See, we have to understand what gives us glory and what gives us abasement. So we move towards what exalts us and keep away from what humiliates us. To fulfill our twofold purpose, we need to develop certain capabilities. And when we say capability, we mean the ability to think and carry out positive and well-defined actions for a specific purpose. That is the meaning of capability. In your case, the positive and well-defined action is to achieve your second purpose of contributing to the betterment of society. So we have to become capable to contribute to the betterment of society. So to become capable, we need 5 things. Number 1, to acquire certain skills and abilities. That's like the pillar of a temple, of a dome. Second, to deeply understand certain concepts. The basics. Concepts are the basics of knowledge of something that we should understand, then we can apply them. So as we say, concept of unity, what does unity mean? The meaning of unity, for example. We say concept of diversity, what does it mean? If we say concept of association, what do we mean by that? So concepts are very important to be understood. Then the third thing is to have necessary information. That's what we are going to discuss now in this course. The information that helps us to become capable, to nurture our spiritual qualities, and to possess relevant, healthy attitudes. So, welcoming diversity for building society is one such capability that ties very well with our twofold moral purpose. Hence, the structure of this course is based on building such a capability. We can therefore conclude that the transformation of the character of the individuals and changing the society should happen simultaneously, as we said before. If we neglect one or the other, we cannot develop all the powers that are hidden in humanity's age of maturity. So, you please go to the study material, read them once again, and carry out the activities, learning activities which are given there, and also a final assignment where you will put forth writing your thoughts about the question which is presented there to you. So, dear learners, let us summarize what we discussed today. First of all, we discussed whether one needs to have a purpose in life. And we said yes, by recalling the vision that late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab had, the example of the ship without the compass. So our purpose and our values give the compass, the direction that we need to move. Otherwise, our ship will just wander in the ocean and sink without reaching anywhere. We also discussed that where should be the focus of our purpose. We said there are two foci. One is personal development, that is our moral and intellectual development, that requires our daily effort. And we said what kind of efforts we need to do. And then the second one is the focus of our contribution to the betterment of the society, to building a better world. And for that, we require to build our capabilities. Therefore, we have this course to build our capability, to welcome diversity, and to build society. And when we say capability building, that means there are 5 elements that help us to build our capability. Number 1, we need to have some skills. So each of the lessons that we have actually help us to develop a skill. The second one is that certain concepts, fundamental concepts, should be clear for us so that we can apply them. Otherwise, I apply differently, you apply differently, then where will unity come? The third one is some information we should have about the focus of contributing to the betterment of the society, to build a better society. The fourth one is healthy attitudes. That is the way that we do things, the way that we react to situations. That is our attitude. And where the attitudes come from? One source of the attitudes is the values, the qualities that we nurture within us. And those help us to project right attitude. So these are the 5 elements that we try to build together during this course and become capable. Thank you.